Hey crypto bros, hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are and you're enjoying the current state of the market. Today we're going to be talking about a market I think you need to keep an eye on overall and why Zen is ahead of the curve in terms of what's been happening in the development in regards to Bitcoin. Now, as we've seen over the past few years, if you've been in this market for quite some time, I came into this market around 2016, 2017 during the ICO phase. If you go to CoinMarketCap or you go to CoinGecko and you look at the top 100 list on this website here, and you try to ask yourself, okay, which coins actually had a fair launch that was evenly distributed to the actual community, or 100% of it actually distributed to the community, and you say to yourself, well, maybe one or two. Maybe I can look into this and say maybe Litecoin, or maybe in some case Monero here. Okay, so not a lot of these coins actually inherited first principles other than Bitcoin itself. Because right now, what we're seeing is we're seeing a big shift happen. Okay, we're seeing that a lot of investors, a lot of people around the world are sick and tired of, developers or big companies have a pre-allocation into a certain project, and they have certain rights to basically dump on the community. We're seeing a big shift. It's just like when you first get into the rabbit hole, you get into Bitcoin, and you start to see that, hey, maybe there is something off here. Now, the current traders or the current investors or the community are going through that same rabbit hole that, we go through when we first get into Bitcoin. And what is that? Is that, look, a lot of these coins are not fairly launched. They don't have first principles like Bitcoin. So how can we actually change that? Well, there is a coin that, again, was fairly launched, that the developer himself was part of the community because he inherited first principles in terms of not having a pre-allocation into the project. So he had to go out and mint Zen. And of course, that's Zen, guys, Jack Levin. So Zen is based and built on the first principles, again, of the foundation of what Bitcoin was meant to be, right? That it's an open ecosystem that anybody can come in and basically mint. Just as you can mine Bitcoin, you can basically mint Zen. Now, as throughout the years, okay, we saw a lot of development happen in the Ethereum space. And one of the main issues that came about this is the ETH gas consumption that is happening here. And that is basically scalability. That Ethereum has multiple issues scaling, and that's why we started seeing a lot of these layer ones come into play, like Avalanche, Polygon, and all those. But even those, again, the other layers, a lot of the developers or the project themselves had a pre-allocation that they can actually dump on the community. So they weren't basically fair launched of any sort. Okay, but when Zen came onto the masses, and it's still, I'm quoting as masses, is still very early. We saw that gas consumption drove up very high. So the question then becomes is, what is the true value of that community, or what is the true value of that project if it's bringing in so much user adoption to the point where you're having scalability issues, such as driving up, gas fees to go, ballistic, going from, like $10 to $100. We're even seeing with Pepe coin, right? People are getting in, they're in this frenzy of gambling, and they just want to get into Pepe coin, and it's basically driving gas consumption. Now, we've seen Zen drive a lot of the gas consumption on all of these layer ones, like Avalanche, Polygon, Moonbeam. So we are seeing there is a true value in Zen, and the ability for it to essentially drive just scalability issues. So I think that Zen is worth not millions, but billions of dollars in market capitalization. And I think it will continue to grow overall. Now, one market that I want you to essentially pay attention to is the Ordinals market. That is the BRC20 tokens. okay, that basically allows you to inscript onto Bitcoin. Now we've seen the total market cap of BRC20s essentially go from 0 to 220 million in a matter of a few months. So we see that there is some sort of value here being locked in into BRC20s. So just as you could do and develop on ERC20 on Ethereum, you're starting to see BRC20 emerge essentially on the Bitcoin blockchain, where you can now inscribe onto Bitcoin. So now Bitcoin has a lot more utility, a lot more usage, and can Zen essentially reside on the basis of the first principle. Yes, because that's what Zen was meant for. It was meant basically to live on the Bitcoin blockchain. It inherently took all the fundamentals of what Bitcoin was into an ERC20, which was Zen. And not only ERC20, but all these other layer chains on Avalanche, Polygon, and it's bringing first principles to those layer ones as well too. Now, again, this is astronomical, the market value that's coming into this, guys. If you do want to play around with this, I will make a how-to tutorial. Let me know. Just comment below if you want to see a how-to tutorial, how you can basically participate into this BRC20s. Now, all you're going to need is basically a wallet. Okay, now this wallet, you can download it. It's Xverse wallet, and it gives you, again, Ordinals address. It gives you a Bitcoin, and soon they're going to be supporting the Lightning Network, which is pretty awesome as well too. So there's a lot of development happening there. Now, when you build on BRC20, you basically have to inherently take all the things that Bitcoin was meant for, okay? And that is basically first principles, not having a pre-allocation as a developer. That the developer himself is just like the part of the community. So you're gonna have to basically mint, just like you're minting with Zen, you're basically minting these BRC20s into existence. So same method, same thing that Zen is preparing you for, it's gonna prepare you for BRC20. So going back to this method of saying, guys, when you go through the rabbit hole, right? When you first get into Bitcoin, you start to understand what the economy is about. Now you're truly understanding what Bitcoin is about when you go through the rabbit hole, and you truly understand that most of these ERC20s, they're not built basis on the fundamentals of first principles. Only Zen has been able to accomplish that so far in terms of, its early adoption period. So again, pretty cool stuff happening here, guys. If you do want to check this out, the website is brc-20.io. If you want me to, again, make a video in regards to how you can communicate with BRC20s, let me know in the comment section. Give this video a like. And again, if you want to check out, again, ordinalswallet.com. This is another way where you can, get that BRC20 wallet. And you can basically go to the marketplace and you can start inscribing, okay? And you can actually sell and buy in regards to this, guys. So pretty cool stuff are happening on the Bitcoin side. A lot of development is happening there. You want to keep an eye in regards to all of this, guys, because you want to be early. You want to be early on a lot of this stuff, and it's truly early, at a 220 million market cap overall, especially knowing that this could reach billions and billions of dollars. You can see, again, Ordi, you can see Pepe. I will bring it up here, Pepe. You can see that right here, this thing just skyrocketed from 2 cents, all the way from April, since, its launch. Now it's sitting around 49 cents. So there is a lot of growth that's going to be happening here, guys. Keep an eye on this market, and let me know if you guys, again, have any questions in regards to this. You want to see a how-to tutorial, put it down in the comment section. We'll be more than happy to discuss your comments and go from there, guys. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Until next time, bros, as always, stay profitable.